What's up, everyone? My name's PlatinumHowler, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you a meme match for week 12 of the NCL, final week of the regular season. We're going up against Mortal and the Philadelphia Pichus. No need for a team builder for a meme match. You can see all of our sets on the right side of the screen, and in case you are very bad at reading small text, then I will go over the sets as they come up in the game. So basically the idea here was to I didn't even look at the opponent's roster. I knew that he had Corviknight, and I knew that he had Dracovish, and I knew that he had something, most things that he had brought a number of times over the course of the season, because I watch all the replays, right? And I was just praying to God that Dracovish would come with some other moveset that's not Vicious Rend, because I could have brought a Jellicent to attempt to check it, but I didn't. So Vicious Rend kind of would have been bad because my water resisted Salamence. Anyways, he didn't, spoilers, he did not bring Vicious Rend Dracovish because it's a meme match. Vicious Rend isn't a meme, right? Dracovish, the Pokemon itself, might be a little bit of a meme, but bringing Vicious Rend on it is not a meme. So we could bring memes in this game because Mortal, he's 3-8, so he's not in playoff contention anymore. So we could, I could safely bring whatever the hell I wanted, knowing that I wouldn't be impacting any playoff chase in the bottom half of the standings. So yeah, let's get into it. I am leading. Oh, I should turn. Yep. Okay, good. Now we can get into it. I am leading off with Porygon 2. So Porygon 2 right here, we're going to show off that we're download right away, get an attack boost from this. We're going to Magic Coat because, you know, he could set spikes. I don't know what he's going to try to do. But in fact, he's going to just show off that he's Amnesia. So no business Magic Coating. Magic Coating was kind of a useless last move slot that I didn't know what to throw on here. I was going to throw on Conversion, but that was equally as useless. I don't know, because then I could change my type. I could become an electric type or an ice type. I guess changing into an ice type would have been kind of a meme, but because ice type is so bad, and I would just be keeping the same weaknesses as the normal type, plus adding like 4 or 5 extra ones. So I guess that could have been a meme. But instead, I'm going to go for a lock on to ensure that I hit my Zap Cannon, and Garbodor's going to get paralyzed. That is not the only time he gets full parried. In fact, he's going to get full parried again as I hard switch into my Claydol. Claydol has Cosmic Power, Bulldoze, and Rapid Spin with a normal gem. I just brought the most random items on things. I think the item on Porygon 2 was Red Card? Yeah, I guess I should have honestly let the Garbodor just attack me because I had Red Card. I had Red Card on the Porygon 2, so if he attacked me, he was going to get thrown out of there and lose all of his stat boosts. But I just went into Claydol anyway, because I figured, what can Garbodor do to a Claydol, right? He is setting up curses though, or at least attempting to. He can't get his curses up when he's getting full parried every turn. So far, it's only been 2 turns in a row. But as I set up my first Cosmic Power, he gets paralyzed again. So make that 3 times in a row. I'm going to go to +2 defense and special defense, and that's 4 times in a row that he's full parried. Now I'm going to go for the Power Trick so that my defense stat and my attack stat swap with each other. So I'm +2 Impish max defense, so that should make me basically +2 adamant attack, and I can click attacks from there. I have Bulldoze and Rapid Spin as my only 2 attacks, so it's not like I can do anything to the Corviknight. He can bring in Corviknight whenever the heck he wants. Yeah, so honestly I probably could have put Smack down. That would have been smart. I really should have put Smackdown on the Claydol so that I could not be forced out by Corviknight every single time. But that's the 5th full para in a row, if you can believe it. Yeah, that's pretty rough. There he gets another Amnesia off, but we're gonna Bulldoze, and he is gonna go for the Curse again. I believe that this Garbodor set was just Explosion, like boost until you can't boost anymore and then explode. I think that was the strategy. But it turns out this Garbodor is not going to get any attacks off, and it's going to die to a Bulldoze. So now the Dracovish comes in, and we're going to see that I outspeed, of course, because I'm +1 speed. And Dracovish is Whirlpool, and the Whirlpool misses. This guy can't avoid the hacks, man. He's getting full parried 5 turns in a row and then can't even land a Whirlpool on me. But he'll try going for the Whirlpool again, and this time he's going to hit, and he's actually going to crit me. So he crits right through my my +2 special defense, and he'll get the residual damage off against me. I'll just stay in here and click Bulldoze. Ancient Power is not... it's appropriate this thing gets Ancient Power. It's a prehistoric fossil thingy, but it's not going to get the boost. And he actually going to switch out when he could have taken one more. He could have taken one more Whirlpool, or excuse me, he could have taken one more Bulldoze and got a Whirlpool damage off, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he crits and knocks out the Claydol. But instead, Stakataka, he brings in the Claydol, or excuse me, the Corviknight, so I have to switch out because I'm not doing anything to Corviknight. But this Stakataka can take on Corviknight because he's actually Nasty Plot, and I'm going to click Wonder Room to make my special defense super high instead of my physical defense. And then I can click Infestation to trap him in here. And I have Binding Band as my item on Stakataka, which means that the Corviknight is taking 1/6 HP every turn instead, losing 1/6 of HP every turn instead of 1/8 HP. But I got my Gravity off, but I couldn't get an Earthquake off before this +3 special attack Corviknight could pick me off with a Flash Cannon. But because Gravity is up, I have a 100% chance of connecting Thunder with Raichu, which means that I will not be activating my my Blunder Policy, and I also had Agility to further boost my speed so that Electro Ball would become even more powerful, and then Focus Blast on here. Honestly, Focus Blast hits nothing. There's no reason for me to have Focus Blast, but it's another move that could have potentially procced the Blunder Policy, so why not throw it on there? So Thunder destroys the Corviknight. Good thing we had the Binding Band on our Stakataka to get that extra little chip to put him in range for the Thunder, you know. Now Sylveon comes in, and I'm like, you know, this smells like setup Sylveon or something. I don't know what's going on, but pretty sure it's not going to go for an attacking move, so I can switch in Hawlucha and Encore it into Substitute, and now I'm going to try to break the Substitute with a Mega Kick, when I could have potentially just flung my Iron Ball at it to deal super effective damage to the Mew, and then I would have, I think I activate my Unburden by flinging my item. I'm not totally sure how that works. Then I go for Flying Press. Flying Press misses. It actually has a 5% chance to miss. Honestly, don't believe that Flying Press is a bad move at all. Like, I think in the right matchup, Flying Press can like be really good on Choice Band sets. If there is, if you can click it where it's like it hits everything neutrally. Like if you needed to, like for example, a Steel type that would normally resist flying type moves could switch into Banded Brave Bird, but it might not be able to switch into Banded Flying Press, if you know what I mean. So it's not a terribly useless attack, but I do miss it the first time. He tries to pass a Wish into Dracovish, and that didn't work. Then he goes into the Mew. I miss a Mega Kick, but it doesn't matter because he just clicks self-destruct. So now I finally land a Mega Kick on this Galvantula, which is going to click Bounce. And I can switch into my Salamence because otherwise my Salamence was very unlikely to hit the field in this game, and I want to make sure that I can show off all of my meme sets, you know? So I get the Intimidate off against the Galvantula even though he's way up here somewhere. He's clicked Bounce and he's not in sight, but I can still intimidate it apparently. And he will show that he is physical with Life Orb, does 20% because I am a Salamence with Intimidate, and I can click Headbutt to knock this out. I'm actually King's Rock on this Salamence because I can hopefully paralyze things with Dragon Breath and then try to paraflinch them down with Headbutt. Yeah, whenever I do meme matches, which is not often, but whenever I do them, I like haxing. I like to design sets that are meant to be haxy, because I think that just like hacks in Pokemon is what makes the games more entertaining, honestly. Less competitive at times, but more entertaining generally. Yeah. So, anyways, the only thing that's left is Sylveon, and if Headbutt knocks it out, we get a 5-0 win, and it does knock it out. So the fact that we get a 5-0 win means that we actually finished first place in the league. What do you know? I wasn't going for first place whatsoever, but as it turned out, Lux, the former first place team, who started 10-0 and lost his second game in a row, I finished one differential point ahead of him. So we both finished 10-2. I was plus 33 and he was plus 32. So that means basically that doesn't really mean all that much, except it might improve my semifinals matchup more than anything. That just now means that I get to choose my playoff opponent before he does, and I don't think we're gonna pick the same person anyway, so it kind of all works out. Yeah, so that's gonna be the game. We will, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel for all of our Draft League content. You won't see another meme match for a while, most likely. Maybe you'll see one in APA, who knows, that's a possibility. If you enjoyed this, the memes that I brought, if you thought that my team was memey enough for this meme match, then please let me know. Otherwise, if I need to step up my meme game, then you let me know in the comments. That will be very helpful to know. So yeah. Oh, and subscribe to the channel for all of our Draft League content as well. That's not that isn't memes. So yeah. We'll see you next week for week 1 of the quarterfinal match. We'll see you next week for playoffs. And I don't know who we're gonna play yet, but we get to pick who we're gonna play. I just don't know who I'm going to pick. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. So we'll see you next week.